Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1:07 on a Saturday afternoon, and guess what that means? It means it's time for Inside Georgia Real Estate with the great, the beautiful, the brilliant Deborah Morton, owner, broker of the agency Atlanta. Welcome.
It's been a couple weeks. I'm so glad to be back. I want to bring the rather flat real estate market industry news to everybody. Call in with your questions. How do you position yourself as a buyer or a seller in this very flat spring market that we're seeing if you want to be successful with a real estate purchase or sale? That's what we're talking about today.
448-720-750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Those are the numbers for you to call Deborah with your real estate questions. So let's start off with market
Fun
watch. Right.
Fun facts.
Market overview.
So just to alleviate, there is not looming foreclosures coming. I've seen that in the headlines. Shelley and I talked about that. We're kind of back to pre-pandemic marketplace. After the pandemic, there were very few foreclosures because houses were so easy to sell. People had equity. We could sell them before they ended up in foreclosure. So now it's a slower moving market. And the fun fact is they're calling this March that we just finished comparable to the early 70s, 1970s, y'all. I know a lot of our listeners remember that, but maybe some of the younger ones don't. When it was a tough economic time with high inflation. It is not that bad right now. Now, our transaction volume for March was down, but what I'm seeing, as we see every year, April, it's spring. People want to move and buy and sell houses. But what we are seeing is longer days on market and very flat pricing. The price appreciation in the last 12 months, some areas say 1.5% to 4%. So we're still not seeing falling prices. You know, the sky is not falling in real estate. However, if you want to buy or sell, you have to be even more prepared than ever before. And that's what we're doing right now I'm teaching our agents, I'm working with our clients, I'm helping people position to get results when we just have to work harder to make it happen.
448-720-750, 1-800-WSB Talk. A lot of people, myself included at one time in my life, when I would meet someone who said, "Oh, I'm a real estate agent," I was like, I kind of thought in my head, "Oh, you just show homes," right? But you're saying
you show homes and you make too much money. That's what everybody
and that's what everybody
us.
thinks. So in a market like it is now,
we're earning it,
right?
buddy.
Right. But tell us how this market forces a seller and or a buyer to pick the right real estate agent.
So there's just more flexibility required out of everybody in the transaction right now. Because home sales are taking longer, there's more inventory sitting and buyers are nervous. I think this is the most stressed I've seen people regarding real estate in my career. People are so nervous about committing to a purchase or sitting on the sidelines about selling, or they're putting their home on the market. It's sitting, 45, 60 days is the average right now. So some homes are longer than that. And they're pulling it and saying, "Oh, I'm just not going to move." That is an interesting phenomenon that is kind of new, that started up last year and we're dealing with now. So what we're doing is helping people position to be the outlier in their neighborhood. If there's 4 or 5 homes for sale in your neighborhood and you want to be the one, there's only so many buyers to go around at this particular time. How do we position you to stand out against the others? And we control the controllables. We can control the price and the presentation and the marketing efforts. But price and presentation are in the seller's control. And then the seller should hire the agent who's going to add the marketing value that they need to get the home seen. Now, pricing cannot be overly aggressive in a market like this. And negotiating on price with incentives and packages to make it appealing to a buyer, it matters a lot.
Right.
But the presentation is the piece where sellers really can do a good job to make their home more appealing.
When you say the presentation, wrap my mind around that, because a lot of people hear presentation is just the outside of the house.
Yes, so curb appeal matters.
Right.
So the home report card that I share online, you can go online and get it for free. There's no obligation.
Where?
Thank you. On InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com. I designed that so you could walk through your own home with the same eyes that a buyer would. Curb appeal. You pull up. Does the driveway need to be power washed? Is the stairs to the house in good condition? And, are the shrubs trimmed back and the door? Every piece of the house deserves scrutiny if you're thinking about selling your home. And what we're doing is helping people and giving feedback to them about how to do this so that they get better results. You've lived in your home for a long time. You don't see what the buyers see. And it's painful for sellers to receive the information back from the buyers about what they don't like, and it hurts them. And our job is to help make that handle objections before they are objections. That's what your agent will do for you.
448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. You talked about this kind of market that we're in right now. Buyers and sellers have to give a little on each side.
So sale contingencies are what we're seeing now. This past couple of weeks, we're working with 4 stacked sale contingencies.
What are those?
And that will make your mind blow. So we have a client who wants to buy a house. They get their offer accepted on their house with a contingency to sell their home. So their home's on the market. It's under contract. The people buying it have to sell a house to close. So they have another sale contingency. That's 2. The people buying, they're under contract. The people buying their home have a house to sell. Their home's not on the market yet.
Wow.
So think about dominoes as dominoes.
So I put my house up for sale because I found another house to move into.
Yes.
My house is taking a long time to sell, and I still got to buy the new house.
That seller wants to move as well.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know if that seller has a sale contingency attached.
Right.
But so in this scenario, what we're doing is working all that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 4 agents that are working together to make sure all of the moving parts stay aligned.
Right.
And understand that out of those parts, I mean, in one case, one home had septic issues. The septic inspection happened, they took it apart. Oh, well, there's work that needs to be done. Well, of course, the seller's like, I don't want to spend the money on that.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, well, we're now, how many families are going to be displaced if we can't come to agreement?
And, well, I would think the agreement is knock down the price of the work
or you
to
pay.
be done.
Somebody's got to pay for the work to be done.
Right.
Or the buyer accepts the house with the existing septic issues that exist. Is that fair or right? I cannot say for any one person what's right, what's fair, what's too much money, what's not too much money. But what I have to do is understand everybody's position,
right,
and convey that and communicate clearly what is the foundational items. Is it a septic? Nobody wants to buy a house with a septic that is about to fail.
right,
and nobody wants to spend $3,500. I get it. But $3,500 or don't sell your house, don't move to the house you want. Like there's conversations that have to happen. It's a lot of talking, a lot of good communicating, and it's a lot of reducing emotional strain for people because it's scary.
right.
And it's expensive.
Is it scary because of the marketplace we're in now, or is it scary in general?
I think change is hard for people. People want to move. People want to change and get a new home, but there's so many moving parts and there's so many places it can go sideways. That's scary for people. And when money is expensive, it becomes even more frightening. And when people are frightened, they don't take action. And that's the market we're in.
404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Let me give those numbers out again. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. Or you can go to InsideGeorgiaRealEstate.com and send Deborah an email. 404-872-0750, 1-800-WSB Talk. When we come back, I want to talk about more of the market and what's going on.
And helping people position themselves for good results.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.